The definition of a thug is any person who uses violence or brutality. The definition of mentality, the attitude toward life, toward society, or one's intellectual capacity.
Life ain't easy. You can change it.
You can change.
Life ain't easy. Rearrange it. Life ain't easy. You can change it. Life ain't easy. Rearrange
So you wanna be a thug, sell drugs, homie riding down the block with a pocket full of bud. What's up, cuz? What's up, blood? It is what it is, and it was what it was. Dipping through the hood, watching out for the fuzz. Sipping on the drink in the cup, feeling buzz. Rolling down the block with a big mean mug, with a heart full of hate.
We begin this evening with a verdict in the so-called nutcase murder trial. An Alameda County jury found DeMarcus Rawls guilty of murdering 4 people and committing a number of other crimes in a spree that began back in 2002. It's our top story tonight. Police say the suspects were inspired by this video game, Grand Theft Auto 3. In the game, the players were awarded points for crimes. KTVU's Mike Meback is in the newsroom now with the latest.
The crime spree spanned 10 weeks. 5 people were killed, dozens were robbed. Police say a group of 5 men and 1 woman who call themselves the Nutcases were responsible for the crimes and for terrorizing residents of Oakland and Berkeley.
We exposing the mentality. This ain't fake, homeboy, it's reality. Sitting in myself again, wishing I can go back. I'm so sorry. Change the things that I've done. The preacher man is getting at me. Jesus love.
Oh!
You're up. Beam juice.
Don't take the pimpin', said you.
Welcome to Teens for Christ. I am your host, Jennifer Diggett, and I want to thank you for tuning in to our second segment on Thug Mentality Exposed. For those of you who couldn't catch the first segment, our same guests are here. We have the esteemed Rayford Johnson, who is the author of the book Thug Mentality Exposed. Welcome. And Pastor Levon Davis. So we are going to jump right in and give a quick recap for those of you who couldn't catch the first segment. If you could go ahead and give us a little bit of background information on what thug mentality is.
Well, basically, in a nutshell, just a evil and sinful lifestyle presented as cool, sexy, and to be respected. Like I said, a lot of the guys in the institution call it the new swagger. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, that's what we're trying to expose. You know, Ephesians 5:11, that's the theme of our ministry. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them, and that's what we're doing.
Right.
And we expose them with 4 principles. You know, first awareness, knowledge, then wisdom, and then a mission. So once you get the information, you get the wisdom. Don't just sit on it. Go out and bring light to someone else. Bring
Even
them out of
within the
darkness.
most hardcore thug gang members, you know, when you present to them the truth, just like John 8:32 says, the truth will make you free. Mm-hmm. Something happens. It's like their conscience becomes awakening. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, I did not know that.
Right.
Tell me more.
I think the interesting thing about the book and the response has to do with people really want to be informed. Mm-hmm. A lot of people that are living, they're living lies. They're not living the truth. Mm-hmm. They're trying to find out what they want to do. Right. And when they get this information, it is enlightening. And I think that's why Ray and I would make an excellent team. He brings the enlightenment about the history. Now that I'm enlightened, what do I do?
Exactly.
I got the information. How do I get out? What do I do? And that's where we come in, deal with the mental psyche of an individual, deal with the spirituality. But the book has been a phenomenal tool, and getting information to people, and they're almost like,
it's a thuggy ceremony. They're worshiping Kali.
Thuggees were made up of Muslims and Hindus, and they worshiped a goddess, and their goddess's name was Kali. Okay, And Kali was a goddess of death and destruction. See, back in ancient times, I mean, even unto today, you know, they would want to appease their gods and goddesses. Why? Because a lot of people don't know the word pharmacy comes from the Greek word pharmika, right? Which means sorcery.
Hi, I'm Bob Murray, Executive Director of Hope, Help, and Healing here in Auburn, California. We have a ministry to alcoholics and drug addicts, if you're not familiar with our program. But we so appreciate Rayford coming and ministering to our men here. He's been an inspiration, and to say the least, and we're just excited every time he comes. And today we had our pastor's prayer time here at our office, and one of the pastors got so excited about it he had to stay and watch the rest of the meeting. So we're thankful. Thank you, Ray, and any of you out there that are thinking of having Ray come and speak at your meeting, facility, whatever that is for you, I highly encourage it. He's a great speaker, especially to those in recovery and to those that are suffering from their past problems with street gangs and issues like that. So God bless, and thank you very much.
I happened to walk right in as Rayford Johnson was doing a presentation here, and he is a phenomenal speaker. He relates to our group. He was able to bring the experiences from the inside of the institution right out into the lives and dealing with the things that we're facing. As a pastor, he was able to give me insight on some of the behaviors of the young people that I'm dealing with. He gives me insight to why people are dressing the way they're dressing, why they're doing things that they're doing. I appreciate his experience, and I appreciate the way he connected with the audience. I believe he'll do a great job speaking to my young people. He'll do a great job talking to my congregation at large. I'm going to do everything I can do to put together a group of people that can sit under his training. He's got the book, The Thug Mentality Exposed. This is something that I think it's going to help me as a pastor, and it's going to help our young people. This is a resource I've been looking for. I don't understand the things that he's talking about, but this is going to help me get to where I need to be. I appreciate his burden. I appreciate his passion. I know that the Lord is going to use him mightily. And if you'll give him a chance to talk to your young people, I feel confident that they'll come out with information that'll help them live the life that God intends them to live. It'll correct the things that are going wrong. Rayford Johnson, he's a man.
Dictate our emotions. Our emotions dictate our actions produce our results. I tell people, keep bear in mind. But music and the brain.
Six. Murder, Jesus. Six. This ain't fake, homeboy, it's reality. Sitting in myself again, wishing I can go back. I'm so sorry. Change the things that I've done.
I see young people after coming to his class. Oftentimes the volunteers or people that come in don't really get to see the effect that they're having. But because I'm housed there, I see the difference on their faces, their expressions. I hear and see hope where there was no hope. And I think Ray Johnson and his program can be credited with helping to improve the atmosphere in the individual cells, and I think make the job easier for the probation officers within the institution. I see more and more young people who are now coming to his classes. Like most young people, they want to check him out, see if he was for real, if he knew what he was talking about. He's for real, and he knows what he's talking about. And the staff has expressed to me, that's not only the lower line staff, but the administrative staff, how pleased they are about his level of professionalism and the quality of his material.
And I really enjoy having him because what I wanted was the students to have a testimonial or an experience from somebody who does work in the field, but also has, as well as knowledge about the kinds of topics and issues that are relevant to my students and the kinds of things that he can bring to the classroom as well.